So to start with, let's come into our Tadasana with feet together, and you're going to step the stick between your feet. Try to get the pubic plate in contact with the stick and sternum towards the stick as much as you can. Now everyone's anatomy for the face is different, so you want the chin to be level with the floor, okay? You don't want to be up here, you don't want to be down here. So I'm not going to give too much instructions with the face, I'll let you decide there. But what we want is to find the length from the pubic plate to the sternum. That area we want to access by getting the tailbone down. Okay? So you can now, if you've got a high stick, you can walk the hands up the stick and look up. Find height there. Tailbone down. So Deb, if you're in Tadasana, you've got your arms down to the side. Extend the arms down. Just Deb, just Deb. Good. Okay, exploring Tadasana. All right, now, holding the stick, you can bring the hands to about your heart height. Move the stick forward. Okay, so keep the body exactly where it is and just move the stick. You may have to lift it up a bit. The tailbone down, try to get the stabilizers of the thighs to work. Bring the weight back to the heels. Good, so do that a few times. Okay, now let's do Gomukhasana arms using the stick. So you're going to bring the stick to your back. Now Deb, you're going to bring the strap onto your left shoulder. Yep, you got it on the left. Good, so just leave it there. And everyone else, bringing the left arm up, reach back, find your stick, and walk the hands down. So Deb, at this point, you're going to find your strap, hold your strap. And with your right arm, extend the arm out, turn the entire arm so the thumb is facing down, but get the shoulder, the tip of the shoulder to face down as well. Rotate, bring the arm back, then bend, find your stick, walk the hands along the stick or along the strap. Okay, once you've adjusted there, try to get the left elbow higher. Right shoulder blade inwards more. So in towards the spine, in towards the center. Turn the head now. Looking over to the left side to start with. Right side, try to keep the chin level. And back to center. And then release, so doing the other side. You can hold the stick with your left hand. Then Deb, you're going to bring your strap onto your right side. Extend the arm up and back. Bend the elbow, find your stick. Left arm comes out. Turn the entire arm. So Gomukhasana now. Right side. Walk the hands in. Okay, so once you've adjusted there the arms, turn the head towards the right. Towards the left a few times, free the neck. And then exhale, release. Okay, let's come into Utkatasana now. So Utkatasana, feet together. So I'm giving you my profile so you see the angles that we're going to work with. You're coming back to Tadasana with the stick between the feet. But the stick is going to come forward to about a 45-degree angle. So you're going to hold the stick up nice and high to start with and bend the legs and hop onto your broom. Like, I'm serious, we're going to fly off today. Okay, but now what we're looking for, I'm sliding the hands down, I'm squeezing in towards the stick. And what I'm looking for is that tailbone not to flare up. So that's the wrong action. That's the wrong action. See that? That's the wrong one. Tailbone is in. Ooh, I'll start again. Tailbone is in. Sternum is up against the stick. I'm sliding down. And what I'm looking for is the angle of my legs. I want to bring the legs back to about 90 degrees. So that's really hard, right? So that's the challenge for you today. Start with the stick forward, 45 degrees, and then challenge yourself. Bring the weight back towards the heels. So I'll let you have a go. Good, so start with the stick between the feet. Hold your stick as high as you can to start with, and then bend the knees, come down, Utkatasana. Chest is lifted, look up to the hands. Lift the sternum plate, tailbone down. Ooh. Good, so get the tailbone down more. Lift the chest, look up. Good, Maria, you can use the wall for Utkatasana. Bring the hands to the wall. Good, so once you've had a few attempts of that, straighten the legs, come up. Tadasana. Okay, so let's continue with our stick. So you're going to bring the stick now in front of you, feet together in Tadasana. Now for those of you that have a block, you can grab your block and just pop it between the legs. Bring it right up between the thighs and then press in towards the block. And if you don't have a block, that's fine too. We're looking for the same action, which is sucking inwards from the outer hip. Okay? All right, now holding your stick, bring the stick out in front of you. So your hands are wider than shoulder distance apart. Okay, so holding the stick, extend away. If you've got your strap there, good, Deb. Hold your strap in front of you, extend away, tailbone down, weight on the heels. Then use your breath. Inhale, lift yourself up. So feel the breath expansive as you lift through the front of the body. Exhale down the back, tailbone down, heels down. Then exhale all the way behind. Now if you need to go wider, go wider. So mindfully inhale, lift the stick. Imagine someone's holding onto that stick and is lifting you up so you can grow taller. Then as you exhale, go forward. So doing a few sets of these in your own time. So go as far as you want. If you've got your strap, go all the way forward and back. Good, so feeling the side of the body's lengthen. Okay, and then coming back to center, keeping the stick above you. I'm going to ask you now to bring this, actually if you're wearing a block, remove the block. Come back to your Tadasana. Hold your stick and bring the stick now to your neck and extend the arms over. So the stick should now be resting on top of your shoulders. So first it's in contact with the neck, but then it's the shoulders. Press the hands on top of the stick down. If you're holding a strap, hold the strap. That's it, and extend away. Okay, good, so breathe here. Tailbone down, lower ribs back. Okay, now from here, spread the legs. Let's come into Trikonasana. So you spread the legs about a leg distance apart. You're going to come first into the right side. So turn the right leg out. Bring the left toes in. So just about a 40-degree, left foot comes in 40 degrees. Okay. So pelvis is level here, shoulders are level, facing forward. We're just going to tip the upper body. Okay, so just the trunk, just the arms comes down. And then up again. So legs don't change. Keep the legs firm. Keep pressing into the left heel and front big toe. So right big toe presses down. So do that a few times. Come up. And now as you come down, try to get the right hip forward more, left hip back. So you may have to micro bend each knee, just slightly. Good. Okay. Let's do the other side. So feet forward, lift the break of the left. So if you have to adjust the arms here, adjust the arms. Pressing into now the right heel, front big toe. Then tip. Come down. Good. So every time you come into it, try to get that left hip to come forward more, the left groin to come forward more. Right hip back. So you should be feeling the legs now. Good. So do a few more rounds here. Okay. And when you finish your last one, stay up, feet forward. Let's come into the right side again. So left toes in, right toes out. Firm the legs. Get the trunk to face forward. We're going to now move, bring the stick into the right hand and bring the stick forward. So with determination, left hand can stay onto the hip. I've got my bolster in the way. Okay. So legs are firm. Bring the stick in front of you and come down. Good. Keep the left hand onto the hip and turn. So what we're looking for here is to release the right side of the body, to get the right side of the body to look forward as much as you can. So you can turn the head now and bring the left shoulder back as you look up. Remember the legs, keep the legs firm. Reach away. And then preparing to come up, press down into the legs. Inhale, come up. Move the feet forward. You can bring the stick in front of you if you want as you adjust the legs. Good. So with alignment, you're looking at the front heel is aligned to the back inner arch. So we're still one leg distance wide. Okay. Bring the stick into your left hand. Move the stick forward. Hand onto the hip. Press down into the back heel. Inhale, lift the front of the body. Exhale, slide down. Same action that you just did before. Try to get that stick vertical. Vertical. Good. Now turn the chest. Bring the left side of the body forward more. Right ribs back and turn to look up. Bring the upper shoulder back more. Upper elbow back more. And breathe. Keep pressing back into the back heel. Front big toe for the stability to get the inner thigh to work. And then preparing to come up. Inhale, come up. Good. So feet forward. You can step the feet together now. Back to your Tadasana. All right. Let's bring the stick now onto our shoulders. Extend the arms away, but then get the palms to face up. It's a bit more trickier now. So if you're using the strap, same action here with a strap. You can just hold the strap. Okay, now spread the legs. And so this is wider now. We're going to come into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So lift the right heel up, press the foot down, left toes in. Now, same action here with the trunk. Trunk stays forward, shoulders above the hips, but you're going to lift the break of the right knee and come down to 90 degrees. Keep the left leg fully extended. Keep pressing back, palms up. Then turn the head, looking over the right fingertips. So extending from the cervical, from the thoracic region, extend away. With each exhalation, see if you can go down deeper. Get the right hip to go in deeper into the body as you release the left groin. And then straighten the leg. Feet forward. Keep the arms extended. Left leg turns out. Right heel out, then go down in your own time. Good, so as you come down, get the inner knee to turn towards the little toe. Trunk is lifted through the sides. Imagine someone's holding onto your right arm and is pulling you back. The trunk is like two pillars. And then turn the head, looking over the left hand. So feel what's happening here. The left hip is drawing you down. So outer rotation from the inner groin outwards towards the hips. Then straighten the legs, feet forward. Bring the stick forward, keep that distance, and you're going to turn the right foot out. Okay, this is where it gets a bit trickier. Bring the stick now into your right hand. Your left hand can rest onto your hip, and you're going to bring the stick in close to, I'd say above the knee. Okay, so I'll show you. What you'll be doing is Parsvakonasana variation. So I'm holding onto the stick as I bend down, holding onto the stick like so. Okay, so stick is on just above the knee to start with. Your left hand's going to hold onto the stick. Right arm comes forward, holding onto the stick. And then as I bend into that front leg, I can feel the stick in contact with my inner thigh and my right shoulder blade. Then I can turn and look up. Okay, so you want to have a go? Good. That's it, Deb. So you can bring the elbow right onto the knee. Good. Deb, you're holding onto the stick, so bring the arm right behind you. Penny, sorry. Penny, hold the stick with your left arm. Slide your right hand down the stick. Okay. Okay, that one is a bit confusing. How are you going, Colleen? Good. Okay, straighten the leg, come up. Let's do the other side. So we'll do it together. A bit tricky, I know. So you're going to turn the left leg out and bring the stick so above the knee. You can move the stick out more. But let's start here. So right hand holds the top of the stick. Left arm comes forward, so your shoulder blade comes in front of the stick. Okay, so you can reach away the left arm, then bending into the leg, bring the hand onto the stick. Then turn the head, look up. Good, turn, so you should feel the stick along the shoulder blades. And the stick is also reminding your left inner thigh to turn outwards. Good, turn to face up, keep pressing into the right heel. Keep that right leg firm. Then come up, good, feet forward. Stepping back into your Tadasana. Let's do one more standing. Okay, let's do our warrior one. So you're going to bring the stick now over your shoulders, actually over your shoulders, and bring the arms up. So arms can be wider than shoulder distance apart. Then spread the legs, turn the right foot out, lift the left heel up and turn the entire leg, keeping the heel up to face the right leg. Then press the left heel down and bend into the front leg. Virabhadrasana 1, your warrior 1. Extend up, palms forward. Now you can bend into that back leg, bend, get the tailbone down, lift the pubic plate up, and then extend the leg back again. So keep that action. Then straighten the leg, feet forward, coming into the left side. So you'll have to lift the right heel up so that both toes are facing forward. Press the back heel back, and then come into that left leg, 90 degrees. Keep the sternum plate lifted. Again, if that action resonated with you of bending the front leg to get the tailbone to go down, repeat that. And then extend the thigh back. Good, so you're looking up, and then straighten the legs. Release the stick. Step back into your Tadasana. So you can release the stick now. Take a moment just to consolidate. Come back to your Tadasana. Feet together. Close the eyes for a few moments. So just now integrating all those actions you did with the stick. Bring the weight back to the heel. With the inner rotation of the thighs. Find that length from the pubic rim to the navel, navel to the sternum, tips of the shoulders back, arms fully extended, fingers fully extended. And just watch. Become the observer, become the witness now of your body, of the breath. So the way you respond now is how you respond in life. That's what's more important. It's not what's happening here. This is just a mirror of life. So find that joy, create that inner sense of joy. Okay. So opening the eyes. We're going to continue with our stick. So grab yourself a blanket. We're going to come into Malasana. Now, for those that don't have your stick, you can use a chair here. You can bring your chair in front of you. So grab your blankets, fold your blankets, or your towel or whatever you've got there, because you're going to step on that. Okay, so remember the chair is for those that don't have the stick. You'll keep the chair in front of you. We're going to do Malasana, squatting. If you've got your stick, you'll use your stick. For those that have a broom, this is usually better because it's more stable than just a stick. Okay, so you're going to step now, just the heels onto your rolled blanket. Feet together, so it's like you're wearing high heels. Bring the stick in front of you. Start quite high. Tailbone down, top of the thighs back. So I'll just wait for everyone to get here. Okay, now Malasana, we're going to bend the legs like Utkatasana as you slide the hands down. Then bring the knees apart, but keep the heels down. Knees come apart. Get the tailbone to fall back towards the heels. So sit back. Keep the chest lifted. So we're really moving out of the hips now, creating room through the side of the body. So if you have to walk the hands up the stick a bit more, you can. For those using the chair, your hands will be on the seat of the chair. On the seat of the chair. So you want to fall back. So knees are quite wide to start with. And now you want to press the knees in towards the ribs. So if you have to walk the stick forward a little bit more to come forward, to get that traction, to get the knees to squeeze in. Okay, then press the hands down in front of you. You can move the stick. You can hold the side of the mat just to get more of that traction, to come forward more, get the body forward more. And then press the hands down. Those not using the chair, you can still use the chair or come off the chair. That's fine. Work with whatever you need to work with today. but you want to get the body through the legs and then get the knees to squeeze into the shoulder blades. Squeezing in. Good, look forward. Okay, so you should feel now the abdominals, the side, the laterals in action. Tailbone down. Okay, now pressing the feet, come up, arms in front of you. Okay, we're going to repeat that now. Arms in front of you, inhale, exhale, bend the legs, and then last moment, separate the knees, bring the hands down in front of you or onto the chair, whatever support you're using. Get the body through the legs, and then press into the shoulder blades. Squeeze yourself, give yourself a hug with your legs. Look forward, good, press the hands down. So as you press the hands down, you're gonna get that tailbone to go down. So this is really good for the pelvic floor. It's good to massage the organs, getting a lot of movement through the body. And then pressing back into the feet. Inhale, come up. Tadasana. So heels are up, but you're in Tadasana. All right, from here, we'll continue through our abdominal exploration. So I'll get you to come into Dandasana. You can use your supports. Have your stick close by. So we're going to do Navasana, which is more abdominal work, but we're going to do it with our legs down on the floor, which sounds easier, right? So you're going to, this is a little tip that I've picked up. So if you roll your mat for the stick, because you're going to bring your stick behind you, it grips better, but you might have to play around with that. So you're down into Dandasana on your blanket. You've got your stick behind you, so right at the base of the spine. And if you can get it onto your mat, it's a little bit, there's a bit more grip there. Okay. So you've got your stick behind you. If you're not working with a stick, come into your traditional Dandasana spine, legs together, toes back towards you. You can bring the hands to the flesh of the buttocks and slide the buttocks back so you're right onto the sitting bones. Okay, we're all here, good. So bring the arms up onto the stick, both hands up, good Penny. Now lift the chest, look forward, bring the elbows wide if you're holding the stick. If you're not using the stick, just extend the arms up, reach up, and now I want you to go back. Okay, so don't go back so much so that you fall, just go back along the stick. So this is your Navasana. Feel the abdominal support you here, like the corset of your organs. Work the corset. Go back more, don't compress the neck, keep the elbows wide. And then come back to seated, back to Dandasana. Now just notice here which hand is on the top of the stick and change sides. Bring the opposite hand on top, adjust, then inhale, exhale, go back. So occiputs, the part of the skull that's at the back, the bony part, get that in contact with the stick. But don't compress the neck, shoulder blades down, feel the abdominals, legs down, heels down. When you've had enough, come up. Good. So if you want to repeat that, you can repeat that again. For Deb, because this one is harder to do, the variation that we're doing is Navasana. So Navasana traditionally is here. Okay, so if you want to give that a go, we can do that together. Okay. Actually, let's all do it. We're all warmed up. Come on, let's get those abs, girls. Okay, so you can move the blanket out of the way because you're going to come back onto the front part of the sacrum. Then bend the legs. Bring the hands underneath the knees. Bring the knees quite close to the chest. So make contact there. Look forward and lift your chest up. Lift yourself up. Good. Now you can bring one leg up, tap back down, other leg up, tap. So you can do that as much as you want, or you can bring both together halfway. Keep holding the legs, bring the chest closer, lift your chest up more, and now either one by one or both together, and if you can, extend the arms forward. So look at the feet, keep the chest lifted. Ooh, shaky today. And extend the arms forward. Good. Good. Keep the chest lifted. Very good. And when you've had enough, come back down, come to Dandasana. Good. All right. And just because we're using the stick, you can bring the stick between the legs to come into your Paschimottanasana, your forward extension. So if you have a chair, Deb and Maria, bring the chair in front of you, but over the legs. Because we're going to do a Paschimottanasana to release the abdomen muscles away from the spine. So we're not going to go all the way down. Okay. So stick is now between the legs. Lift the trunk up. Walk the hands up. Find that length through the body. Keep the legs firm. So extend the heels away, calves down, back of the knees down. Look up. For those extending the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, reach up. And then exhale, come forward, 45 degrees. Rest the forehead on the stick and feel. See if you can soften the abdomen. So we make the action with the inhalation, with the exhalation, we soften, we observe. For those using the chair, rest the forehead on the chair, arms can rest on the chair, and soften. So we'll stay here for a few moments. And then preparing to come up. Coming up, move the props out of the way. And you're going to lie down onto your back, onto the mat. So as you come down, keep the knees bent and spine long. Walk the feet out, hip distance apart, and bring the heels right up to the hips, so they're hip distance apart. And then extend the arms away from you. So keep the neck long. Look up. Try not to turn the head now. Keep the head in line with the body. And now press the hands down, and you're going to lift and release the groin. So lift the hips, come onto the shoulders. You can begin to walk the shoulders in, hold the mats, and walk the shoulders in. Lift the hips more, find more height there. Then come onto the toes, walk the toes in. Keep the shoulder blades walking into one another. And then if you can anchor the elbows down and hold on to the hips, do so, so that the wrists are facing each other, fingertips are up to the side, and then eventually release the heels and support the hips with the hands. Good. Now, for those that are holding the hips, you can walk the feet away. So legs can be hip distance apart. Extend through the heels, toes back. And then bend the legs, walk the legs back. Come onto the toes. Release the hands and gradually unwind the spine down. vertebrae by vertebrae, sacrum last. You can bring the knees into the chest. So you can gently rock or do little circles just to release that area. Give yourself a massage. Okay. So let's prepare to come into now supported pranayama or supported shavasana. So you'll keep your stick close by because I want to show you another form of pranayama using your stick. But for now, we're going to just settle the body down, either on your bolster or onto a few blankets. Okay. So preparing the body now for pranayama. Feet are together, knees are bent, coming down onto the support. Keep the chest lifted. So we want that support just to access the top of the lungs. And then release the legs. Palms facing up. And then soften there. Okay, so make sure that the spine is fully supported. Okay, so the legs to start with are like in Tadasana. Okay, so beginning now to notice the breath as it enters in and out. Long, smooth inhalation. Long, soft exhalation. Notice the heartbeat now. So just give yourself now just this time just to explore the breath, to be one with the breath. Okay, so beginning now to lengthen your exhalation and normal inhalation. So notice the breath as it enters in through the nostrils, up to the forehead, down through the throat, down to the heart, and fully exhale. You created the room now for the body, for the breath, for the soul. And now we just watch. So now begin to lengthen the inhalation. Long, smooth inhalation. And then exhale. Now beginning to bring the awareness to both the inhalation and the exhalation together. So lengthen the exhalation, change over, lengthen the inhalation, change over, gradually balancing out the length, the volume of the inhalation and the exhalation. Noticing the changeovers, the top of the breath, the bottom of the breath. See if you can linger in that space a little bit longer. So there's the yamas and the niyamas, or the values that we bring to yoga. So yoga has 8 petals, 8 stages, you could say. They're all intertwined. So we can even practice these values through our breath, through the correct breathing. So try to soften, try to refine the breath rather than being an automatic. Become present to the present, to this present of life. Now with the same awareness, I'm going to ask you to bend your legs, roll over to the side, and in your own time, come up to seated. Find a bit of height. Now if you want to stay there, you can stay there, that's fine too. But just if you want to explore a little bit of seated pranayama, you can find your stick and bring your stick underneath your arms. And then bring the palms onto the root of the thigh so that the palms face up. Okay, so what that does, it helps keep the thoracic spine lifted. That's the area that wants to usually collapse forward. So it's just a little bit easier to keep the back straight, and you can do this against the wall as well. Okay, so from the side, for those that are watching, from the side you can see how the stick really helps to keep the spine lifted. So here you can draw the chin in towards the chest, but keep the chest raised. So this is called Ujjayi Bandha. So it's an energy lock. So there's lots of energy locks that we practice. This is one of them. So you practice this during your breathing to keep the energy contained. So pranayama is an practice that we do usually after yoga asana practice, which is the physical practice that we just did, because it prepares the body. It opens up the body to get the lungs in better functioning, to receive the prana, receive the oxygen, gets the heart pumping, to move the body, to move the blood through the limbs, gets the toxins moving. So for the next few minutes, you can explore either seated pranayama or lying down. So I'll be quiet for a couple of minutes and just let you explore. And then I'll just let you know when we'll do shavasana, fully lying down for those of you who aren't seated. So you can lie down and just consolidate, allow the body to fully relax and restore. So I'll let you know in a couple of minutes. I'll even mute myself just to give you that silence. now making your way down onto the mat for those that are seated. And give yourself now the next couple of minutes just to be. Give yourself this freedom, this samadhi, fully relaxed. Allow the body to go, let go of any thoughts, of any to-do lists, anything that may be distracting you. Just park them for a moment, for the next few moments. See if you can just stay with the breath. Stay with your body in this moment. Gradually deepening the breath, lengthening the exhalation, welcoming the sensation back to the body, through the toes, through the fingers. If you can feel the skin on your body not moving too much. Rolling over to your right side. And when you're ready, coming up to seated, find some height. Keep that length that you've created through the body. Keep the spine long and thin. Bring the palms to center. So take a moment to thank yourself for dedicating this time to your body, to your mind, to your breath. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free. Namaste. Thank you all so much.